Hello?
Hi there.
Hey, Athene, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good, man. So, the statement you make is that the way I go about it is hurting the movement, right?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
So, your statement is that the way I go about it hurts the movement.
Yeah, if I
Okay.
could phrase it for you. I don't think it's logical to present your information on clicking in the
Yes,
fashion
yes.
you have it.
Yes, I understand. I understand. So that
Okay.
is your statement. Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you define hurt?
Hurt?
Yes.
Um, I think that it's actually taking away from what you're trying to accomplish. That's what I mean to use to use the word hurt
Okay, so
in
if
this
so what am I trying to accomplish? Because you're using saying like
Well, I think that you're trying to help others
I'm
in
trying to
in
spread it
in
as much
click,
as
correct?
I'm trying
Trying
to
to help
get
others click.
as many people as possible click. Yeah.
Right.
So
So I don't,
basically,
I don't,
so
okay, look. So you try to wreck other people in debates,
no, wait.
which
I'm just I'm building on your argument. Like it's very important. Like I'll
I
get to
mean,
what you say
I
now.
can build on my own argument. I don't need you to think for me, Athene. Let me build my own argument, please.
No, but like listen up. It's very important. You give me an
I don't,
argument. You give me an argument, right?
I
And I'm
haven't
just
even been able to give you my argument
no,
yet,
like
really.
I have the argument here saying that the way I go about clicking hurts the movement, right?
Yeah, yeah. Can I
No, I'm
further?
no, I'm like this is the argument. This is the statement we're going to debate. And I'm going to ask questions and you're going to defend yourself.
I don't need to defend myself. I don't need validation. What I'm trying to do
It
is
has nothing to do with validation. It's about debating this topic. And I'm going about this exact thing. The way I'm going about it is hurting the movement. I just ask, how do you define hurting? You say like
is taking
no,
away from
taking
what you're
away
trying to
from what you're trying
accomplish.
to achieve. So basically, what you're
Correct.
saying, the way I'm going about it, right,
Hmm.
brings about less people that click than if I would go about it another way, right?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so my question is, how should I go about it to get more people to click?
Okay. Can I give you two kind of examples of like the way that I perceive you're doing things now,
But
and then
that is completely
wait.
irrelevant, though. What is important is to know how I can make more people click. That is important.
I'm going to try and get to that point by showing you the two different ways that there are. The one you are trying to go about now, and the way that I see could benefit your movement further.
Would benefit the movement more.
Yes, I think it
Yes,
would, not it
yes,
could,
yes, would. Yeah,
not okay.
okay.
I think it
Okay,
would.
go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
See, okay, so when you try to wreck others in debates and things like that, in this you just stated no more than an hour ago that you had this act going, right? This trolly kind of like, this egotistical shit isn't real, it's just to get views and just to kind of create drama and more, more hype around what's going on, right? Good bad publicity is good publicity, right? um, I think that in turn is hurting you further. Like I can't take this kind of information because I agree with what you're saying. Athene. I have been clicked since I was in the seventh grade. I'm 31 years old now. It's been quite a long time. I came home from school one day and decided that I wasn't going to give a shit about what other people thought about me. I was going through a lot of different things in that time in junior high, and I came home and looked myself in the mirror and made that change within my core value to logic, right? So I'm my beliefs align with what you're saying. It's hard for me to now go somebody that I think could benefit from this information, somebody with an open mind. I'm not gonna, walk and waste my time talking to somebody who I think could not benefit from this information. It's a waste of my time. So I want to go to somebody like my parents, right? I want to go to my dad, who I think he's an open-minded individual. He does not have logic aligned as his core value, right? I want to take him to you. I'd like to take him to an individual who has this information structured very well, speaks very well about it. But then I can't take him to this like basic, you see my juxtaposition here. I want to take him to somewhere where he can get this information, but I can't take him to this person who is portraying an egomaniac.
You know what I find funny?
What's up?
That you start the conversation by saying, I don't need to give you validation or go on. So why do I have to carry your hand to convince your father? Can't you do it yourself?
I totally can. I totally can. But
So why do
it's
you
like
even need me as part of the equation? Why is that even an argument? It shouldn't even be an argument. You do it yourself. So why do I have to hold your hand?
It's not so much about that, but why okay, well then why do you need scientists who have researched this information that you've collectively taken and formed into neurospinicism, right? Why do you need them? Why do you need them to back up what you're saying? Couldn't you just make these statements?
Because it allows me to get into the intersubjective reality.
Okay, so am I not doing the same thing by using you as a stepping stone to take my father outside of?
So basically, what you're saying. So basically, what you're saying.
It's just.
So basically, what you're saying is that intersubjectivity is crucial in order to spread the click.
Like
you're getting cornered, by the way, and you realize it, but it's fine. So
no, dude,
you're realizing it because you have the ability to make the connections. You know where I'm going already. So intersubjectivity is crucial in order to make people click.
Yeah, like I'm not arguing that.
Yes. So how do you get into the intersubjectivity?
I'm not sure what you're asking me there.
How do you get to reach more people?
Well, I don't think that like your movement is going to spread via this.
How many people
bad publicity is good publicity type of mentality, dude.
Okay,
I feel like it hurts you.
I understand. How many? Wait.
I would like to see it go further. And I
understand that.
People that are hating on what you're saying.
I understand what you say. Like you said, you clicked when you were 17. You're 31 now, right?
I was 14. I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade, and you're 31 now, right? So 17 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people did you click?
I haven't really been actively trying to click people, but I think just by being around me, I think my wife is, she has logic as her core value. She didn't originally. She was very emotional.
Okay. So one person.
Her decisions were led by those emotions, and now
so one person.
She's slaying life now, Athene,
One person in 17 years.
I think maybe one of my best friends.
Two people in 17 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I haven't been actively trying to click.
I'm just saying, like 2 people in 17 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I did 100 in 2 months.
That's awesome.
I
think that's awesome, but I think I still would agree that you could have done maybe 1,000 by now had people not perceived what you're doing as almost like they feel like they're being duped, dude, or trolled. They feel like you're trying to take advantage of them.
So
gain their respect? You know what I mean? It just.
When did I start? When did I start this debating thing?
I don't know, dude. I haven't.
You haven't?
Like, you mean in Skype?
Yeah, this stuff. What I'm doing right now. When did I start it?
I don't. Maybe I tuned in maybe a month ago. Have you been doing it for longer than that?
No,
I'm not sure.
Like antagonizing people and making them debate me. How long have I been doing that?
Oh, I mean, since your inception as Athene.
No, I'm afraid that's not true. That's not true at all.
Hasn't that always kind of been what?
No, I've never been telling people, come at me, debate me. I've never done that.
You've always been like, come at me, best pally in the world. Like,
yeah, but I didn't say, come at me, debate me about the click.
What do you mean? You never said that? This has just come from the chat or what? I'm not unsure where this is going.
I've never used to say that. I only started doing that very recently because going about it in a serious way didn't reach a crowd. I made a really nice documentary.
The documentary was beautiful, dude. But like following that, you kind of got like this narcissistic, egotistical, weird thing going about it.
So you don't have the ability.
I think it really left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. I can look past your persona and still see that the information you're presenting is amazing, but I don't think everybody can. And
but the thing is, you were saying as an argument, right, that the amount of people that clicked, right, were the one that defines whether it's hurting or not. So if I can make even more people click, right?
Right. Yeah. If
then
you could be making
I'm doing a bad job
by going about it.
Yes. And my question is,
in a different fashion, then wouldn't you logically want to do that? That's the same thing as if you were at a job and you could logically affect the world in more ways.
Yes, and my question...
By not working at that job, like, why would you not want to do the more logical decision?
But can you let me speak, or do I have to start muting you? Do I have to start muting you? when I speak?
No,
Because I can easily do that.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want it.
Like,
I did mean no disrespect. Sorry.
Like, okay, so basically, when I asked about even your father, you said intersubjectivity is really important. And that was your argument. And I said, in order to reach the intersubjectivity, how would you go about it? The way I go about it is by creating something that people like, that interests people. I already went in a very nice way. It doesn't work. So my question to you is, how would I go about it, spreading this click?
I mean,
I'm asking for advice.
Do you think that the amount of time that you allotted for, your positive approach towards things, did you give that time enough, do you think? I mean, before you just switched over immediately thinking that it would be more effective?
Well, in contrary to presume that I clicked, and even though if you would have clicked, like, by the way, that is nonsense. You didn't click at all, just so you know, and I can even show why. In contrary to assuming that I clicked, I actually base myself on the impact I have, and I do constantly measuring impact by checking views, checking how many people click. It's literally what keeps me busy all day long.
Okay.
So in contrary to you, that is just going through life, seems to not, want to spread this crazy insight that makes people suddenly, much more impactful. I try to do so in the most efficient way. So I'm in a position where I have a lot more experience than you do. A lot more.
Okay. Well, I mean,
or
good
you
luck
would just
with that then, I guess. I mean, I don't really see your point, but
so
I'm not clicked and you are, and
no,
then
but like
go for it, brother. I mean, this is going to be a great movement for you.
The thing is though, like, you're talking about hurting my movement, right? So now you're also saying that you're not part of this movement. So even giving you as an example as your father to contradict it, maybe you should look into it instead. Go to the 4 steps, actually do what I'm talking about, first of all. And secondly, start looking at the actual impact I have and compare it to yours. If you're talking about a bunch, like a few people that clicked in your environment, according to your own definition, and I made almost 100 people click in a month, then I don't think you're really in a position to come and tell me like, hey, I really think that the way you go about it, spreading this click, as a clicker myself, is really not good. How do you measure it? By actual impact. That's what you said. So in that regards, I would say your attitude hurts the movement a lot more than mine. Even calling yourself a clicker hurts the movement. Because you didn't do shit for it. You didn't. You're not spreading it. You're not spreading it. You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there saying like, yeah, my friend and my wife I clicked. My father, I don't know about him. Like it would be my life mission to spread it. You'd literally make people see the world in a different way and actually contribute to it and grow tremendously.
I mean, to spend all of my time doing that is not logical.
Why is it not logical?
Because there are some people that are willing to hear things and some people that are not willing to hear things, dude. And it's not my job to like.
So basically,
take them through the stages that life will take them through.
So basically,
to come to this realization for themselves.
So, but like, can you just say a statement?
You're speaking to me as if I should be a fucking Jehovah's Witness, going door to door, trying to spread logic as people's core. Like,
so basically,
do you believe in evolution, Athene? Do you think that like?
But like, I'm going to start muting you. You say a statement, I debunk it. You say a statement, I debunk it. So you are basically saying that it's logical for people to be illogical. You're actually saying that it's fine for a world where people live illogically, can harm each other, hurt each other, whatever. It's fine. As long they're free to do whatever. It can be illogical. Who am I to go and tell them to be more logical, to make more sense? Who am I? I feel like that doesn't make sense at all, to be honest, to make that claim.
You can try, and you have been trying. And
it's working.
Some people won't.
It's been working. It's been working.
I think your methods are flawed, dude. And
yes, my methods. But if you're a logical person,
speaking from a
if
place
you're a logical person, you don't go about what is flawed and not flawed based on what you believe, but based on the objective reality, actual impact. And my impact speaks more than your impact.
But
my impact speaks more.
You're basing that off. How long did you allow your positive approach to
How
play
long
out.
did you have your approach? How long did you have your approach defined the way you go about it?
Relevant?
It is relevant. It is relevant.
My original.
But of course, it is essential. It is essential to this conversation because it defines whether your approach is better than mine. If your approach is better than mine, like honestly, I immediately do it.
Mine's in theory. It hasn't been like tested by me to like come to you and tell you that this is what like more effective. You can look at many other case studies of anything in the world, really. What has a more positive effect, dude? Kanye West being Kanye West, or like you?
Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? What has the most impact? Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Neither. I think they're both the monsters of.
They're both. They're the same. They're the same, right? That's logical. They're exactly the same. Is Obama also one of those?
Yes.
Yes, it's also all the same. Maybe you should like start reading up on these things instead of saying these freaking redneck wannabe like I don't freaking know kind of quotes that are completely irrational and illogical. It's unbelievable. Okay. Well, I understand why Trump gets elected, when I have this conversation with you. I really understand it. Like you say, like it's all the same. They're all the same. They're all the same. They can lie. They don't have to have facts. Like they're all the same. And then you're talking to me saying you're logical? Come on, man. Like you gotta really think about these things when you come and talk to me and say you clicked in since you were 17 and you criticize the way I go about things because of the movement that I try to bring about, and I have been able to reach almost 100 people in 2 months, and you are barely having. But the thing is,
100 people. You have 600 people watching you right now. But the thing is, 100 people. You're sitting behind your 100 people like that's like fucking. You've changed the world overnight, dude. You haven't. Like what? Like that's all you have. That's all you have.
So basically,
you're gonna sit and hide behind your 100 people like that's fucking. Oh my God, you've changed the whole world. They're all clicked.
But come on, man, like come on. I'm comparing the 100 people I've reached with the 3 people you've reached in 17 years.
To my 2? Yeah, but I haven't actually been doing this.
Yes, but the thing is though, like then you're not in a position to tell me what is more effective if you didn't manage to do so.
Why? Because I can't use.
Because you don't have the empirical evidence. You don't have.
And say.
It's not about like.
Neither do you.
It's about impact. I do have almost 100 cases to speak for it.
You have a week's worth of being positive.
No, not a week.
Not a week. You made a great document. How long?
More than a month. More than a month.
More than a month.
Yes,
that's the fucking amount of data. That's your.
Well, like that's the data. That is the data, and the people here that clicked. Wait, and the people that clicked, that came here and said, when you're really confrontational, when you really go at people, you take them out of the comfort zone and you make them click. Like I have this data. 3 people here. There's 3.
No way. There's no way that there is people that are gonna being this saying that you know more than everyone in the world.
Like there is 3 people. Do you know the difference? You know the difference between me and you? I'm giving empirical facts of my impact, while you are sitting there throwing accusations and have nothing to show for it. That's the difference. Do you understand that?
Are you smarter than Neil Tyson deGrasse?
I'm more intelligent according to my own definition.
That is the most illogical thing I've ever heard you say, dude.
Okay,
I can't believe that you would make that statement, stand behind it, and then expect people to believe anything that you say.
Do you have the ability, by the way, do you have the ability to say something really short and let me respond? Do you have the ability to do so? Do you have the ability?
What about his impact?
You don't even have the ability to listen. You're just not listening. I'm actually responding to you. You don't even have the mental capacity to just answer what I'm saying. It's unbelievable. You're just rambling, bro. Do you have the ability to say something and allow me to debunk it? Do you have the ability to wait for me to debunk it? Yes or no?
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. Debunk how you're smarter than Neil Tyson. Go.
I'm talking about how I defined intelligence.
Okay.
So would you say...
You're more intelligent than Neil Tyson. Explain to me.
It's how I define it. So my first question to you is, when you use a word, right? Whatever word, the meaning of the word, what is it that defines it?
Your personal definition? Is that what you're going to tell me? That like you're going to personally define what intelligence is, and that's what you're basing your statement off of?
Damn straight.
because what you know to be intelligence.
Okay, so my question.
You can now claim that you're more intelligent than people that you're actually using their research.
Like Ronnie, like you see, you're going on a rant again. You're going on a rant again. You're not allowing me to speak. You're going on a rant again.
I'm
so
sorry.
Let me tell you, what is intelligence?
Okay, what do you think intelligence is, Athene?
No. My question is, because you're starting to laugh at me, I'm just saying, what is the definition of intelligence? You go Google that.
I asked you first.
No, it's not about you. I'm saying I'm defining intelligence. But you're laughing at me defining intelligence. But man, like
collective ability, your collective skill,
but Ronnie, you're really making yourself look like a fool. Like, I'm asking you a very simple question, and I say, if you criticize me defining intelligence, right, then I'm asking, okay, what is the definition of intelligence? If it's that commonly known. You can Google it. You'll see at least 20 different definitions.
I don't need to
There's different
Google
psychologists that give
knowledge.
But like
one word, knowledge. You think you have more knowledge than Neil Tyson?
Okay,
these people. Okay, beyond him, these other neuroscientists.
So you define
their information.
So
you have more knowledge than these.
Ronnie, you're really unable to even make a case. You're completely
so you don't
rambling.
Define intelligence,
but
you don't define intelligence as knowledge.
But that is not. But like, Mr. Ronnie, like almost no psychologist defines intelligence as knowledge, bro.
What is the definition of intelligence then?
There you go. You are proving my point. How ignorant you are. How ignorant you are.
I'm asking you right now.
I can answer that question, and I will answer that question. But I'm just pinpointing how you are criticizing me for defining a word and calling me all these words, while if I just ask you what is the definition, you can't even answer. You're actually giving a flawed answer. You're giving me a flawed answer. Go Google it. Is intelligence knowledge? Go Google is intelligence knowledge, and you'd see like there is different definitions. So you just give your own definition. You did exactly what I did. You did exactly what I did.
Look, intelligence, the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills.
That is one specific definition. There is at least another 20.
Google definition for
there is
intelligence.
At least another 20 definitions. I can give you another 20 definitions of intelligence.
It's funny that mine, though, aligned with the very first one that came up when you Google intelligence.
So what is on top of the Google when you type in what is intelligence is what intelligence is? Is that what you say? So if you Google Hillary Clinton and you see crooked, she's crooked, is that how you define the definition of a word? Is that how you define the definition of the word on the top results of Google?
The actual overall
there is more than 20 definitions there is more than 20 definitions of intelligence. There is many psychologists. There's a lot of debate. There's a lot of debate.
Language. You asked somebody earlier what they thought love was. So you're talking about the discrepancy between what we each understand as like language.
There is a lot. There is a lot of. But like, there's a lot of debate between what intelligence entails, and doing so brings about a lot of definitions, and I defined it myself, and you were laughing at me for doing so, and I'm just pinpointing why that is flawed. So at least have the decency. I'm going to do so.
You said you were.
I'm going to do so, but I'm just pinpointing now how you're calling me, laughing at me for defining intelligence, and you're doing exactly the same thing, and I'm just pinpointing your hypocrisy.
When did I laugh at you? You haven't even defined intelligence. I laughed at you for saying that you're more intellectual than these people. You're more knowledgeable.
I'm more intelligent. I'm more intelligent than anyone else based on the way I define intelligence.
I mean, dude, Athene, I'm a fucking god then, based on the way that I describe what a god is. So
well, that could be the case, yeah. That could be the case.
I'm the logical king, based on the way that I define logic. I am the king of logic over you, bro.
Master of logic. You could do so.
I define it to what I think it suits me best.
If you do so, you could do so. Yes, indeed.
I do so, and I am doing so right now.
Yes, then.
So there you go.
We
have no point in talking anymore because we can both just define language however we want.
That's not true because
not mathematics.
That's not true because the moment you define it, we debate about the way you define it. That's it. It's easy. That's what communication is. So congratulations, you just discovered what communication is. You're trying to make it sound crazy, but that is the foundation of communication, defining words and speaking the same language. That's what communication is.
Thank you for clarifying.
So really nice that you're laughing with what communication is.
Because you think
Congrats.
you're clarifying shit to me that you're not, dude.
I'm clarifying it. I'm just saying you got to define words in order to be able to have a conversation. And I'll define intelligence now.
On what language?
And I will now say what I define intelligence. Intelligence to me is the extent to which.
Look at your chat, dude. Look at your chat, dude. I'm done with this conversation, bro. You can fucking on to the next, dude. This is going nowhere for you, man.
No problem. Goodbye.
On to the next.
Goodbye.
Peace, Athene.
Bye. Okay. Next. Easy. More than 1K views. Look at the chat. I like it. American, so mad, feels bad. Next. Rage quit. Poor guy, man. Okay, next. I'm gonna add them all. So the first one that accepts me.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, 1 sec.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, let me see what your statement is. So you say you cannot make statements about the click because you don't have evidence.